Uber and Lyft are lying about time and distance because they're getting desperate. Acceptance rate for drivers is tanking because drivers don't want to go these long distances without fair pay. Now, with the upfront fares, we base whether or not we're going to take a trip on how much it's paying and the time and distance it's going to take. I found that Uber, more often than Lyft, I would say, has been dramatically lying about the distance because they know that we won't take the ride for such small amounts if it's further than what they say. It's a big difference. A 5-minute pickup is a big difference from an 8-minute pickup in our minds for a few bucks. So that what they'll do is they'll lie. It'll actually be 8 minutes away for the pickup, and they'll lie and say it's only 5 or 6. And then you end up taking a ride and you realize it's further than what they said. Lyft does this too now. Even though Lyft is my preferred app over Uber, they've been doing this a lot. And they shave a good 3 to sometimes 4 to 5 minutes off the distance. And God forbid you take a long trip, they shave even more. Now, what I will say is I noticed that with Lyft anyway, when it's a noticeable difference on you drove further, Lyft will usually give you an extra $1 or $2. Uber will not give me nothing. Uber will see I could veer off the route, and because of people working on the road, construction, through no fault of my own, I have to take a detour that's further away, clearly further away. Uber will not even pay the difference. Where I notice Lyft will usually give me an extra $1 or $2, and if I call up support, they're not too bad on giving you an extra $1 to $3 because they realize that yes, he went further, and if it was no fault of your own, what can you do? I don't agree with drivers that purposely go longer routes. I don't think you should do that purposely, because the key to being a good rideshare driver is to get them there as fast as possible for the shitty pay that we do get. I hate to say it that way, but it's not to like trick or game the system and purposely drive all around the world, although it has happened. I had a case recently where a truck driver, he was going to pick up his buddy. This literally just happened to me. His buddy gave him the wrong directions. So we're driving around, getting on and off the highway. He said he's westbound. He was really eastbound. So we're doing all this circling around. I was like, I was honest. I was like, you do know that Uber is going to overcharge you for this ride because you got me doing all this extra driving, and they're going to think I'm doing it on purpose. So he did realize that, okay, yeah, that's fine. What's your Zelle? So he did Zelle me an additional $10 on top of, I did make more money on the trip because I was doing so much extra driving that even Uber had to give me a few extra dollars. But not as much as Lyft would have gave me, but they did give me a few extra dollars. On top of that, the guy did realize he was inconveniencing my time. And he did Zelle me $10. And it was a black guy. I got to stop being so hard on my own people. Occasionally, some black people will tip. I know I've been in the past, I've been complaining that majority of my black passengers, they're not tipping lately. And this guy, although not black American, he wasn't black American, he was Haitian or something. Black Americans, I think, are cheaper than these foreigners. I think foreigners are more likely to give you a better tip than Americans. It's sad. But he did give me, he Zelled me $10. Uber probably wanted a cut of that too, if they could get it. And I appreciated it because I did go out of my way. I was very patient with the guy. I was driving. Literally, we're getting on and off the highway. He's not knowing where he is. We finally see the truck. And he goes, oh, that's him over there. And it was on the opposite side of where we were going. So we had to get off again, get back on. And we found the guy eventually. And he was going to pick up his buddy because he had to drive for whatever reason. I don't know why. Maybe the guy was driving too long. I don't know what the story was. I didn't ask questions. And I was like, give me whatever's fair. And the guy Zelled me extra $10. On top of, I made probably a good extra $4 to $5 on the trip because they had me going all over the place. And the Uber app's like, is there a problem or whatever they ask you when you're doing stuff that they don't know what you're doing. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys for your time. And I will catch you in the next video. Thank you.